What's up, coin hunters? Bloc Boi. Thanks for joining me today. And I know that there are other programs you could be watching, and if you've joined this stream, I appreciate the fact that you're here. So, on a positive note, though, I know that the NBA Finals is going on right now, and Giannis might take it right now in Game 6. They're up 3-2. But anyhow, the good news is that over here I have the game open too, so I'll be kind of checking that out, so I hope I don't tune out too much if the action gets exciting. But I did want to watch that game, but also try to stick to my schedule. So here we are. Anybody who's here, thank you so much for joining. Very quickly, I'm going to see if I can pull up the chat here, see what's going on. I've never done it from my phone before. So, here's a good time to try this. So I'm trying something new. There might be a more elegant way to do this later on, but if I did this correctly, then we should be able to see the chat right here. You know what, I'm gonna just tweak that a tiny bit real quick while I'm waiting for folks to jump on and say hello. So let me go back to that, and that looks good. And then what about this? That. Cool. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And then pow. Boom. On the fly. Movie magic, folks. So anyhow, all right. Beats by Dre's in the house. What's up, Beats? Thanks for joining us. You watching the game tonight too? I hope people are able to do both. I mean, tune in, do other stuff. Generational multitaskers. We're always doing 2 or 3 things at once anyways, right? You're on your phone, you're watching TV. I mean, that's how a lot of the social media works nowadays anyhow, is like, you're watching something and it's like, oh, and they're tweeting, and, there are updates, like UFC will update with live tweets about the fights as they're going on. It's always fun. Mind puzzles in the house. No ads. Thanks, Jeff Bezos. Bucks and 6. Dude, thanks for joining. Bucks and 6. That's kind of how I think too. But at the same time, we never underestimate a championship caliber team when their back's against the wall and it's a do or die situation. So, 2-3 or 2-3 to 3-2, pretty close. I think the Bucks are the better team, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Here I am drinking Perrier again during the stream, so hopefully no disgusting belches leap out like they did last time. I think I was like mid-sentence and a burp snuck out. I don't know if that's ever happened in my life before. It literally was like, let me out. But I'm pleased to say, this is the first in a while. We'll see if it holds up throughout the duration of the stream, but I'm pleased to say that I am back in first as of last hunting, and then now here we're in the stream, and I'm still in first. So those of you who follow me, who come drop by every time, have probably remembered multiple times in the past when I was like sharing gameplay where I went from second back into first, and then by the time I got home and edited everything and got ready for the stream, I was already back in second place. So I'm donning the yellow jersey right now, as is appropriate for whoever's in number 1 global. And if I see that I get knocked into second, I like to rock the Ethereum Cubie. Right now, the blueprint was the latest one to drop in the shop, available for 2 yellow purchases. So support your Coin Hunt World community if you have the yellows to do so. Do a couple buddy quests. Get that Cubie. It's so cool. And it'll be exclusive for a while. Probably re-released next year until all of those 10,000 rare blueprints are sold. But Bucks and 6. Whoa. What happened to my game over here? Sorry, folks. All right. So anyhow, yes. The Ethereum Cubie. Support your local coin hunt community. Pick that up while you can. It's only available for a few more days. Actually, let me just double check. I feel like it's 2 more days. 2 more days. And approximately, not even approximately, 175. No, I'm sorry. 1,075 have been sold. So there's 8,925 left. Get them while they're hot. But no, get them for real. They're fun. And then I saw it too, kind of like a, not an ominous message, but a kind of a random message earlier in the chat. I think it might have been Cuckoo Puffs, or no, it was Illusion Weaver. I don't remember actually. I was trying to catch up, but there was so much going on, I didn't really have a chance to read exactly what was said. But one of the two founders mentioned that you need cubies. There's going to be something in the future where cubies are important, or the number of different cubies that you have is relevant. I could see something that, like, what I would imagine is maybe, you know, in the vein of achievements, maybe there's something that once you have, say, 10 different cubies, it does something in the game, or unlocks something perhaps, and et cetera, right? Until you have, like, different ones, different achievement tiers, if you will. I do really like the concept, I've said this before, of the common, rare, epic, legendary idea, where like maybe achievements are those same categories and exponentially harder than the last. That'd be fun. Beats said 10 days from Hunter's Lodge and Auction House demo. Holy cow, I can't wait. I absolutely just can't wait for the Auction House. It's my only shot at getting that legendary print. There are other hunters who have forged a purple, you know, several months ago. I was the first to do it back when the Hawaiian event kicked off, and but several other people did it around that same time or shortly thereafter, and have no doubt been adding to their keys in the meantime. So I'm like kind of behind the curve, if you will, behind the 8 ball, as some might say, in terms of the keys that I have at this moment. But I'm banking on the fact that the auction house is going to allow me to share the wealth with the community, hopefully in return for some decent keys that I'm sure I'll forge up until maybe I can get to that coveted 2 purples. We will see. We will see. One can hope, and I'll definitely be, you know, a guinea pig, and it'll be fun to capture the experience and, you know, talk about it in the streams and kind of see how it goes from week to week and from stream to stream. But it'll be exciting nonetheless. And on the night of the Hunter's Lodge, I'm hoping that it's like it was last time, where there's a the feature's built in, or we already have it ready and it just goes live after they make the announcement, or something like that, or we're able to, like, you know, update ahead of time. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But if everybody does it, I feel like everyone's going to be on it once. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. I just hope it's smooth and that we get to use that feature right away is all I'm saying. I hope that we get to, like, as soon as the Hunter's Lodge is over, and I'm pretty sure they're doing another stream this time, right? There was a Twitch stream and a Hunter's Lodge. So I imagine they'll have both, hopefully. And then afterwards, stuff goes live. I'm so stoked. I'm putting it immediately on the chopping block. I'm throwing up some auctions to sell some of my first prints of a variety of different cubies. So hopefully there's some demand for some of those out there. I know that several of them will be in demand, just because I remember what people said when they didn't get them. So, like the winter event epic was the snowman, and so I'm putting one of those up. I know at least one person for sure who's interested. I might have to put 2 of those up. Pretty sure I'm holding on to enough resources to make another 1 or 2. But that'll be fun. I can't wait. So anyhow, yeah, one of the things I wanted to do today, so some of you guys might remember, excuse me, when, but you know what, then I'm going to lose the chat. Hold that thought. All right, I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to just try to do something real quick while we're live. I always do this and it never works, but I think if I just replicate, excuse me, this, duplicate, and call that Chat with video. Okay, and then that's here. Move that over there. And then I'm going to add, what was that I was adding? Oh, credits. So existing. Sorry, I got to talk my way through it. Media source. Existing credit roll updated. Okay, so some of you guys might have remembered when I'm just gonna have to switch to this and then switch right back because otherwise it'll be weird. Okay. All right. Why did it do that? Hold on. Check video. Huh. Oh, that's why. Can you hear me still? Let's just do this. Let's just come back to here. This is the safe space. It's like, in theory, it should be so easy to do what I want. I was just trying to like add one other element to this thing so I could have the chat up, but I'll get there in a second. Leppy, what's up, Leppy? Thanks for joining. I don't think I've seen you here in a couple, so it's good to have you. I know you're busy. Thank you for joining. Renee's in the house. What's up, Renee? Thank you for joining. Hi. Yeah, so one of the things, so I don't know, what do you guys think about the chat being up while we're doing this? I wish there was a way. I mean, that works, right? That looks okay. I have to figure out how it would work if I was doing my immersive gameplay where I have the two already. There might be like a... I'll play with that a little bit. But hey, I've been talking about this for a minute and I finally got it to work. The unfortunate thing is when I switched to this other scene, because I want to play a couple little videos that I had made, we'll lose the chat for a second, but I have it over here too, so I'll look at my phone for a second. But anyhow, I was going to transition to this video. A lot of you, some of you might remember I made like a credit roll video that I just threw up. It was one of the first times that I had like, I think I streamed with a video in the background or whatever. But I updated that because that was a long time ago, and I think I added like 6 different new cubies to the animation to 6 new cubies to the credit roll thing. I'll just switch to it and show you what I'm talking about because it's fun. What did I call it? Credits. Okay, so this should work. And so I got everything. Okay, so here's the credits. And it's got a compilation of all the different cubies. You see some new ones in there. And it's just fun. But I tried, I mean, like, this was, for me, this was just a fun project, but also, like, just a practice in editing and trying to get things to sync up. You'll notice some of the times when the list of the team slides, like, some of them are pretty smooth, and some of it's like a kink. But for the most part, I did a pretty good job. I was impressed with my own my skills on this one. We got the Doge. I always call it Doge because that's people say Doge, but if the coin is Dogecoin, like that's a good Doge. But I've never heard anybody call a dog Doge. So I always call the coin Dogecoin, but I think that's wrong. I'm just gonna keep doing it. Whatever, it's my thing. Oh, Princess Hyena, hello, thank you for joining us. That's cute. What, the little, the credit roll? What was team, man? I like how they come in hot with the, scrolling. I like that. And that'll go for a second. I think there's one more. Ooh. Oh, I slow-mode that one. I don't even remember doing that. That was on the original. And then I added these. So there's the Ethereum, the USA Cubie, which I noticed they fixed the hat and filled the red in so it didn't look like a weird spooky thing. There's the Pirate Captain. That is the OG. That is the Bitcoin. Who else we got in there? The Chill. You can't forget about the Chill. I was sporting that same Cubie when I was doing the chill event. Beat said, Hex yeah, rhymes with rogue. Dogue. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying, right? I guess I just don't know. I've heard so many people say it both ways that it's not like there's I don't know, a class that teaches you the correct pronunciation. Let me come back though to. I need to get a thing to help me. Where is that? What did I call it? Chat with video. No. Just chat. Where's just the chat? Twitch chat overlay. There it is! Yay! He did it. He's back, folks. My iPad went to sleep. Is anybody watching the game? Let's score check. Go back. Oh man, Buck's getting off to a hot start. Hot start. So just double checking again. All right, I am still in first, but look at this, folks. So you see Trugoy? You see Trugoy there. He put on his dragon cubie, and I've noticed, and it might just be me drawing, inferences that don't actually exist, but I feel like he puts that on when he's heating up, when he's planning on jumping into first. Because earlier he wasn't wearing that skin. He did not have that dragon active. Or at least I'm still in first, and I don't have to change out of the yellow jersey yet. Rhymes with rogue. So I wish that there was a way to use music, but without getting banned or flagged or in timeout or in hot water with whomever the keepers of the copyrighted music domain are. Because it'd be fun to do, like, I wanted to make a video earlier and put music to it because it'd be hilarious. It'd be a much more interesting video. But then if I tried to stream it, it would definitely hit some algorithm and they'd be like, hey, guy, do you have permission to use that copyrighted stuff? And no. I mean, like, they're today's sponsor, but other than that, I don't know if I cleared it with the label. He's bringing the heat. I know, that's what I feel like, is that Trugoy is he's getting active. He's flaming up. If anybody remembers, what is the game? NBA Jam, I think, on like the Sega Genesis. I want to say it was NBA Jam. And you'd be like, if you hit 3 shots in a row, it'd be like, he's heating up. Or if you hit 2 in a row, you'd say he's heating up. And if you hit 3 in a row, you'd be like, he's on fire. And then your guy got like the ultra laser beam shot after that. He's heating up, guys. He's heating up. Trugoy, there he is. Speak of the devil. You're always a dragon unless I print something new or need the yellow jersey. All right. But I felt like you were not the dragon earlier. You might have been doing... Did you get the Ethereum Cubie? If not, they're still available. Yeah. I like that. Or the yellow jersey. Good man. I like the yellow jersey tradition that we're creating. It should be fun. It should be fun to get into first global position, Even if it's just for like the first day of the month when it's a mad scramble and everybody's going ham. It's cool. Everybody should do it. Be like, hey, remember that day I was in first? And some people are in first for a lot more, People bounce back and forth. I wonder what, geez, if Renee's still in here, or Illusion Weaver, or anybody from the development team, what I'm wondering is, what is the record for the most position changes in the number 1 global position in one day? So, like, because I know that for a while in June, it was switching. I'd be curious to see what that is. And maybe, like, not on the first day, because there's probably 100, many more. I'm talking about, like, maybe towards the end of the month. Or the last day. No. The last day. That'd be an interesting stat. Oh, I saw something, too, and I don't remember who said it. So if the person that mentioned this is out there and they're watching, don't take this personally. I just remember seeing a snippet. Sometimes when I'm catching up on Discord, something catches my eye. There's so much activity in there, it's like impossible to read everything. So I popped in for a minute earlier and saw somebody mention something about the purple vault. Oh, I had commented too. Somebody was talking about like purple vault would be crazy. They don't even see the point why you'd forge up and do that. And I was just like, yeah, it was kind of nuts, right? Because I've done it. And anyhow, the person was saying, what were they saying? Saying that it was crazy to do, but also, dang, where was I going with that? They said something else. They were talking about the Cubie. Oh, I guess maybe it was just, that was around the time that Illusion Weaver said, yeah, so I'll think of the question here in a second, but that was around when Illusion, that was what it was. So that happened, and then they're like, I don't see why you'd need that, right? And then Illusion Weaver was like, you know, you always need something, or something along those lines, and then there was a Cubie discussion, maybe? But, I don't know. Have you heard the podcast? If so, when are you going on? I have not heard the podcast. What's the podcast? No, I think I know what the podcast is. I got a message on one of the things that I don't use enough. I think Reddit, maybe? Yes, Reddit. I could probably check. Somebody sent a message. It was like, hey, we're doing this thing. If you're interested. I meant to get back to them. And I didn't yet. So I guess it's going on. And I don't know when I'm going on. It would be fun, I suppose. Is it cool? Is it well, no, I don't know how it would be televised. Like, what's the format? I gotta check it out. Where do you find it? It's a lot of questions. I haven't seen it, but I'm interested. It'll be the first I'm lined up for a guest spot. Everyone in here should do it. Oh, sweet. Beats, you're in there. So that would be cool. How do you know anything about the format? Is it going to be like a more of a round table or a one-on-one? I wonder, what the right balance will be. You don't want to get too many people in there, but also sometimes podcasts are interesting when you've got a couple people, 2, 3. Obviously, you need at least one. I mean, this theoretically could be a podcast if I weren't streaming it on video, maybe. I don't know how that quantifies. But anyhow, I think it would be cool. I'm not lined up to go on it. I could one-on-one talking recent news, updates, strategy, day in the life, etc. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. So has it begun yet? Did it already happen? Who was the first guest? I also didn't want to necessarily go first because, I saw it and I was just like, all right, I'll wait till this is a thing and then check it out. Just because I remember, like, my first couple, I was like, man, if I had any guest appearances or anything like that while I'm doing this, the beginning, the first few, like the early days were definitely not the time for me to be like, hey, come on. And then, like, especially when there was like the failure to launch ones where it just didn't even get off the ground. Whitmore Sycamore's in the house. Yo, thank you for joining. No guest, he interviewed himself, IT guy. What do you mean he interviewed himself? Hey, IT guy. How did you find Coin Hunt World? Well, it's funny you should ask. On a side note, yeah, that could be kind of funny. Keep us posted, Beats. Yeah, for sure. I'm curious, like, where is it even at? Like, how do you watch it or listen, I guess? That could be cool. Podcasts are cool. I used to listen to Joe Rogan's podcast a lot. His are great, though. He's got just such a wide range of people that come in, and he's kind of like an everyday or like an everybody's guy. He's like cool, he's well rounded. He's pretty smart, but he doesn't like pretend to be smarter than he is. But he's a pretty cool guy. I like me some Joe Rogan. Spotify, you watch it? Really? Neat. I'll have to. Can somebody drop a link in there or something? Is that allowed in the chat? I have no idea. If it's allowed, drop a link in the chat, please. So there's one other video. Let me play this other one. This is the one I wanted to put some music to. Because, again, I was bored. I have all these things on my cutting room floor. figuratively speaking, of course. The cutting room is inside the computer. I don't know how it works. It's just it's 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 magic. It's magic. It's part of the simulation. We're just programmed to understand that this technology works. I was thinking about that. Like, how does anything work? You know what I mean? Like, does anybody ever just sit there and think about the fact that, like, I don't know, you know, even just doing something like watching your TV. Maybe you're streaming through Netflix, right? There's this little thin panel thing hanging on your wall with a picture that's such high resolution that it's like almost higher resolution than your brain can comprehend. Like it could be, you know what I mean? Like there's going to come a point where there's too much resolution, too much. I think we've already seen it with 4K. Like you don't want to see people's individual pores when you're watching a close-up screen. I've said that before. But anyways, how does any of it work? I don't know. It's very complicated. Wireless transmission of information that's instantly... I'm glad there's smart people out there, man. Links are blocked. I kind of figured that it wouldn't let you. I'm sorry, but thank you for trying. It just says, bleep, bleep, bleep. Not today. I bet you... Hey, Whitmore Sycamore, you try to post a link if you're there. Links are blocked. Wow. Oh well. So the other video from my cutting room floor before I got sidetracked about how I don't understand the world I live in. I mean, I understand some things, don't get me wrong. We're going to this video, and there it is. So this is a resin make it rain compilation video. So I was gonna put on Lil Wayne's I Make It Rain in the background, and then just kind of cut to this. I was gonna play everything in fast forward, so that it was shorter. But it's like, I don't know, you don't have to, like, it's a minutes long video of nothing but me filling dosers. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of people who, I mean, this is not even all of them. This is just, I was going through some of the videos of captured gameplay recently that I hadn't used for anything in particular. And I just jumped in there and was like, because I'm always just dumping what I have as I come across dozers, I was like, let me just grab out all of the segments from that gameplay where I'm filling resin. I started with one where I just filled it all the way up. And I didn't catch whose it was before that, but True Boi said, search Discord for the link to the podcast. It should come up high on the list. Okay, yeah, I'll just look up podcast for sure. Thank you, True Boi. So... Oh. Did he hit that? No. Was that a foul? There's another one. Oh, until I'm out. I only had 50 left. There's another one. Let's get some. 14. But anyhow, so now that I'm watching the video, I should have put some music to it. But yeah, how do I release that then? I mean, I can't put it on Instagram, Twitter, probably nothing. How does TikTok get away with using copyrighted music in like so many videos? Because I know that there's like algorithms and things that if you stream on Twitch or you try to upload a YouTube video that has copyrighted music, like they'll block it, you'll get in trouble, you can get kicked off the platforms. It's weird. I gotta get my buddy. I have a friend who's a musician, makes amazing music. I've mentioned before, Wild the Coyote. Google that. Wild the Coyote. Great musician, but good friend of mine. And he owns all his own music, so maybe when he releases his new upcoming album, he'll let me borrow some. I can throw that on. Throw that on a video. But then it would still get caught by the algorithms because they'd be like, this is copyright. I'll be like, hey, my friend owns that music. It's his. He said I could use it. See right there, I've got some fervor. I'm making it rain. That's when you're in the zone. Oh, you know what? Oh my goodness. They moved it. wonder if that was after I said something. Okay, so I might be wrong. What's up, Leppy? Wish Bloc Boi lived near me. Oh yeah, all your user roles would have been filled, Leppy. I would have had them done in the first month. I would have hooked you up. Boxcar racer. So I met that guy. He saw me in the Blockmobile. I filled up a bunch of his. He saw me and was like, Bloc Boi. We chatted for a quick second, but it was out. We were both hunting. So, Princess Hyena. Yeah, it pops up if I search Coin Hunt World in the podcast section of Spotify. Cool. Well, I'll probably jump on there at some point. Have to listen to a couple first. So, crap. What was I going to say? Steven 1015? Not sure who that is. But if they're in the house, say what's up. But, what I was going to say. So, right here, the resin puck used to be lower. And sometimes you'd accidentally swipe and, like, throw your app or, like, close it or just throw it in the background on an iPhone. And I mentioned, you should slide it up so it's next to the dozer meter. And then here I'm watching that, and they must have made the change. And I didn't make the change, and I just saw it, and I put 2 and 2 together just now. Trajectory's getting some resin love. That's another reason I want to play this. I actually didn't edit all of them to where you see. Oh, there was me chasing Trugoy. He was sporting that dragon Cubie in first, and I'm racing to get him. That was after I had my Ethereum Cubie printed. Classy J's getting some love. So I think that right there, that's by Echo Park. Play's gonna be awesome. I'm going to do some other type of immersive hunts where I'm playing and filming, but they're gonna be like walking through parks, because there's just some super cool places to see that you gotta walk, and this is one of them. But look for that coming soon, hopefully sooner than later. Ooh. For 3, brick. So 18 to 11, the Bucks are out early, up 7 in the first, deep 3. All right, bottom of 3, cut it to 4. Yay! I would like to see the Bucks win. Giannis is just an absolute stud. I think he deserves his first championship. Didn't see whose dozer that was. I will check out the whatchamacallit though. The podcast. I have Spotify. So we just hit a 3 for the Bucks. I missed that. All right, I try not to get too distracted by the game. Focus. So, anybody out there rooting for the Suns? Anybody? Probably not. No, I'm just kidding. Somebody's got to be. Ooh, here's somebody else getting theirs filled to the brim. Just make it rain. Make it rain. Maybe that's how you get around it, is you do like just a very short snippet, and you have to loop that. I'm going to Google it. I'm pretty sure there's an amount of music that you can use where you're automatically not infringing copyright, and I think it's like if it's just a couple seconds. I'm going to Google that right now because I really do want to know that. Is there an amount of music you can use before you're infringing on copyright? Unfortunately, there are no fixed standards as to how much of a song you can use without infringing the song owner's copyright. Of course, the shorter you can make the clip, the stronger your argument for fair use protection. Fair use protection. Huh. There's no rule that says 15 seconds. I use a song in my podcast. It depends. And of course, it would just be completely ambiguous. Like, there's no clear-cut 100% answer one way or the other. Oh, the Greek Freak to the line. 22, they're up 9. They were just up 7, then 4. Now back to 9. Shooting a free throw. butter. Nailed it. Links are blocked. So hey, did Beats say he was going to be the first person on the podcast? If so, that's cool. Congrats. Beats, I know he's up there. Let me see where Beats is at this month. And you know what's funny too is, so like I almost didn't want to say this just because, you know, it doesn't matter. I was going to say, oh, it's nice to see a couple, you know, Americans on top of the global leaderboard again, because it has been dominated by the Canadians so much. But then I'm like, oh, they've probably got like their little coalition together where, you know, it's planned out to the hour how they're going to systematically deconstruct whoever thinks that they're on top of the leaderboard. But right now, 1 and 2, I know West Beach Music just popped up and is up there, and then Zamel is in 4th now, and Ripple Phil is in 5th. So 3rd, 4th, 5th is all Canadian, and then 6th is American, I think. Yeah, that's our number 3, Rudy Tootie. So at least it's split. Top 6 is 3 Americans, 3 Canadians. 29-16, they're crushing it. Yeah. All right, if the Bucks even carry any of this momentum forward, it's going to be a very uphill battle for the Suns to get any type of traction. If they're already down 13, it's like the end of the first quarter. I mean, the Bucks are coming out hot. But what did I come in here for? Oh, I was going to look to see where Beats was. I know he's up here somewhere, so I shouldn't have to scroll very far. Beats. Where you at, bro? 19. Beats is in 19th. What else we got? Roman's in 20. Oh, Roman. Nice. 25th. Then where is Art? Did I already pass him? Yeah, bro. There he is. Art's in 13th. So those are a couple local hunter homies of mine. Excalibur's in 7th. Oh, that's global. Anyhow. Ooh, that ended. Let's come back to this thing now. I do like that. That's pretty neat. I could have threw a logo behind me. Maybe. Could have did this. And then that. And that. And then that. And then that. Ooh, that's ginormous. So I'm just doing a quick little... This, what I'm doing right now, I at least know I can do. Because this is really easy. But building the scene on the fly like that was... that was a little trickier. Alright, so I can do that. And then... Oh! Now we got a background, folks. Coin Hunt World. So that was something that was... So I'm getting a little bit better at this stuff. You know, doing some stuff on the fly. I think he offered there are others, I believe. Little spaced outs in the house. What's up? Yo. What's good, homie? How you doing? Good, man. Beats. Oh, you're not trying this month, but the diff. Yeah, I mean, you know, get that fat vault situation while you can, man. Because it fluctuates. I mean, I don't know what the prices were when I did the Hawaiian thing, but they were high. So get as much as you can now that they're low. I got some chunky vaults today and yesterday. I think my best was maybe 59,000 Gui and like 329 Satoshis. Wow. Chief Macaho's in the house. What up? What's up? Thanks for joining. Is anybody else watching the game? Anyhow, sorry, getting distracted again. Whitmore Sycamore. Oh snap! Whitmore Sycamore, thank you for your return business, good sir. Subscribe with Prime. Yeah, as a reminder to anybody who doesn't know, and I did not know this when I started Twitch streaming, but once I became an affiliate and people could subscribe, I quickly found out that if you have Amazon Prime Amazon Prime comes with one free Prime subscription that you can use for your favorite streamer. And if you're not using it for anybody else, I would love it if you used it to subscribe to my channel. You, of course, can just hit follow and you'll get the same notifications when I start to stream. But if you do have that Prime subscription available, why not show some love and support for Bloc Boi and make me your preferred Twitch streamer. So Whitmore Sycamore, thank you for your return patronage, good sir. 2 months in a row. Set a streak. That's the first time I've seen that. So I've been probably streaming for around 2 months. I guess some of the people that use those Prime subscriptions in my early streaming days might need to go back in and do it, because that's also something else I learned, is that you have to reapply it every month. So it is a little bit of a hassle. It won't let you just, set it to who you want it to be. They make you go in and do it. But I think it's worth the effort to show that support if you have it available. So thanks. Watching the game, go Bucks. That's what's up. Same. Displaced Albatross is back in the house. Hello, governor. Chief, subscribe with Prime. That's what I'm talking about. Who else has got one? Let's get. Anybody else got a Prime subscription? Get it. A little spaced out. What about you, bro? You got Amazon Prime? Let's get it. Somebody was telling me about this hype train. Now I want one. Dude, literally the worst hunting day. Oh no. That you've had yet. It was suspiciously bad as I hit much resources last night. But then you go, I never received mystery box. I had the same schedule every day. Weird. I would go to the the bug hunting channel or something in the Discord and just mention it. They can go in there and see. It'd be weird. I would be surprised if he didn't get it. Something could have happened though. I have no idea. You got to re-up that Prime sub every month if you want it to be free. Oh, is that how that works? Okay, so yeah, everybody set yourself a reoccurring reminder to re-up your Prime subscription if you use Amazon Prime to subscribe. Thank you for the information, Mr. Sycamore. So it's, all right, 29-21. So the Bucks are still holding on. Still holding on to a good lead. What is everybody's first item that they want to put in the auction house? Because I feel like everybody's got something where they're like, hey, I want to sell some stuff and see, what kind of keys I can get for it. So does anybody have like a really cool item or a rare item or just something they're going to try? Or is it just resources? Like what are people thinking right now? What's the strategy? Because I am going to start by putting fully printed, pre-existing cubies on the market that you can just buy and then equip and activate right then and there once the auction closes, if you'd like, versus, for example, some people that might be selling a blueprint. I'm not sure who would plan on doing that or who plans on it, but if you were to sell a blueprint, theoretically the person buying it might not even have the resources to make it, so it's not available right away. But I think we're going to see more cubies sold in the beginning. We'll see. I mean, it's all fair game. Footballs as well, for sure. Footballs are going to be sold. Dog collars. If you were not here for Dog Week, and this was so awesome. I can't wait for another other coin. I hope this is honestly, I know this is speculation, and I kind of want to put it out there just so that the development team does see what's being discussed or what people's hopes are, and hopefully my hopes aren't too high in reference to what the anniversary events might entail. But I've said it before, I would love to see everything that they've done so far in terms of a special event and combine it into one. And what I mean by that is have a purple vault event, have a floating vault event, right? Have two. Hell, have one for a red key and one for a yellow key. And maybe so more people can participate, you make it to where you can only choose, you can do one but not both. So that if you do have a red, obviously you might go for that one. But then you're not blocking somebody that does have a yellow, because I know there's way more people that have a yellow than have a red in the game, and that's just how it works, obviously, because it's a factor of 10 that you got to get 10 yellows before you can even make a red. But there's lots of people who've done that, because if you're doing consistent buddy quests and getting those yellow keys, then eventually you're going to have enough to forge, unless you're using them also to open up yellow vaults, which, as we know, LA is the only market in America that has their crane completed so far. I think San Diego's close. Actually, San Diego, I might be coming down there for a visit. Cowboy hats. You're going to sell your cowboy hats? Because you got a bunch. Princess Hyena. Footballs as well. Footballs for sure. Oh, but so the Doge, the collars were, a lot of people didn't have the collars. And during the Hawaiian event, some people might not have had the drink. I think that was the rare item. I know a lot of people need the flowers. Forgot the blueprints. We're going to be NFTs. The price on my OG just went up. What was it before with more Sycamore? 1,000 greens. Isn't that what you said? 1,000 greens. Price has gone up. Probably should have gone up. Missed the OG blueprint by 2 patches. Feels bad, man. I'm sorry. What do you mean 2 patches? Like you joined 2 iterations of the game after the OG? I don't know what you meant by 2. Please explain, sir. So yeah, I'm selling. Let's just take a quick peek into my closet here, shall we? I'm excited because I now have 2 whole pages of cubies. 2 whole pages. So as soon as I get one more, I'm going to need a 3rd page for my cubies. Oh, hey, I said it on another video, but I'm going to say it again if the developers are watching. It would be awesome if you guys could make it to where when you go into your blueprint inventory screen, it's reverse chronological order, so that the most recent ones are first. Literally the first will be the most recent one, and the original one will be the last one that's in there. And the reason that I would like to see that is because when I jump in here and got a scroll, and I didn't get first to print, because the game glitched out, and when I went to buy it, it was like, it's sold out, and it just didn't work, and it kicked me back out. And that took a long time. But also, even if I had been successful the first time I dragged the keys in the shop, I still would have found myself first on this page. And then I've got to scroll to the 2nd page of blueprints, and I actually have I have 2 pages of blueprints. So anyways, it just takes a little bit of extra time. It would be cool if it was like everybody's most recent was on the first page, so we all have the same reference point by which to race, or from which to race. I don't even know if that makes sense. Missed by a few weeks. Gotcha. OG was released on version 9.1. I joined it was version 9.3. That's what I thought you meant. You said by 2 patches. Just making sure it wasn't a typo. 2 iterations of the game too late. Well, I'm sorry that that's the case. It was a cool one, and it was a epic rarity, which means its value in the shop, if you were to purchase it, would be 2 reds. And this is probably like, I'm sorry, I know you didn't get it, but it's a cool point to mention. It was available for 1 green key. So you could get that very valuable and very rare, and now probably even more valuable blueprint for 1 green key. Pretty awesome. So anyhow, let me get back into these real quick. I'm going to be selling. Oh boy, am I going to do it? So I'm going to sell I'm going to sell my USA Cubie, right? 1 of 1. And I'm going to sell my Ethereum, 1 of 1. And probably my Bitcoin. And probably my Pirate Cubie. So those are all. I only have 1 of each of those. And I think I'm just going to fire them all off into the marketplace stratosphere and see what happens and see if I can get, I don't know. I'm hoping to get like a good return of keys in terms of blue, green, yellow. Like I want a variety. And I know it's going to be entirely up to whoever puts the bid in, but it will be interesting to see because I know that it's going to work like, um, it might be like a sale for something that's 2 red keys, as an example. Now somebody could just bid 2 red keys, but somebody could also bid 1 red key and 10 yellows, or 20 yellows, or 200 greens, or whatever. You know what I mean? So like you don't know exactly what you're going to get, but I hope that there is some variety to that return. It would be cool to be able to hit all of the green vaults in my area again. That would be a cool place to start. It's always a little bit of a bummer when you go by or like you're running out of keys, or say that you go back out for blues after the reset, but you're not getting new keys and your balance is going down, 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 down. It'd be cool to supplement the keys with the auction house. I mean, that's the plan. That's the move. Got to do it. I think I was 2 red keys worth of green keys on the OG, but we might be up to 3 now. Oh, you were okay. So you're saying 200 greens. I feel like you said 1,000 green keys or something. I'm in the market for blue cubies. Who's selling? Are you being serious? Blue cubies? Everybody's got one. Everybody's got one, but it's the base. It's like the beginner one. Everybody starts with it. Might have been 2 perps. Yeah, I think that's what you said. That's what it was. You wanted 2 perps worth of greens for your OG Cubie. Now it's coming back to me. I remember. Can't make another one. Oh, that's a good point, man. I don't know if people want to part with it. That beginner blue. That beginner blue is a hot commodity, son. I don't know. That's a good idea, though. Why not? Try to see if anybody's got one for sale. I could have swore. Oh. Yeah, so I got yeah, that's cool, man. I got a bunch of snowmen and Santa Clauses and reindeer to sell. I wonder how, man. What do you guys think is a good starting price point for a completed, like I see a lot of people asking the question, and it's like completely theoretical, but like based on the fact that if a blueprint, like if it's a random item, it's hard to quantify the value of what do you think 200 purple paint's going to be? No clue, 0 clue whatsoever. But I think it is a little bit easier to speculate what, cubies might go for, or blueprints, based on the fact that they already have a value when they're sold in the shop. So epic rarity is 2 reds. Rare is 2 yellows. Common, would you postulate that it might be 2 greens? I have never seen a common blueprint sold in the shop as of yet, but you might think so, right? So if you're selling a common Cubie, do you throw it up for 2 greens and see what happens? I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Or maybe you say 1 and hope it gets to 2. I'm not sure. Like as an example, let's see. If I were to sell my one and only builder Cubie, he was rarity. Or no. The builder Cubie's different, I think. Will it be 10,000? Because isn't it anybody that finishes a crane? I don't know. Anyways. It's a good question. Let's choose a different one. The Kipau? The Kipau from the Lunar New Year. Kipau, maybe? I think it's Kipau. I think an epic should sell for 3 to 4 reds. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I would make the argument that some completed cubies are more valuable in a way. Justify a high value because of the resource requirements that you need when you print them. I think that for that reason, some people are going to prefer to buy a completed cubie, right, versus buying a ton of resources and a blueprint and then crafting it. Sure, you can then turn around and make a blueprint down the road and sell it, but if it's like a very, very high resource requirement, like some of these epic ones are, um, it's going to be hard to print a second one, you know? Like whoever gets this legendary, I can't wait to see what the legendary requirements are. I truly hope they are legendary and that it's kind of, you know, like I would like, I'll speak for my own point of reference. If I were to be the one fortunate enough to get the legendary Cubie, I would hope, and this is sincere, I would hope that the resource requirements are so crazy that I don't even have enough resource. I don't even have what I need to be able to print it right away. I want it to still be a challenge to collect what you need in order to craft it. I think that that's how hard, like how legendary it should be. Might not be popular, but that's my 2 cents. Legendary achievements in the game shouldn't be easy, nor should they be for the faint of heart, nor should they be even attainable by more than a handful of people at any given time. You know, that's why it might be neat to see what the event is. Oh, so I didn't kind of finish explaining what I would like for it to be. So purple vault event, floating red vault, floating yellow vault, so that red and yellow keys can be used. A specific event with unique resources and at least 3 cubies. And then also it would be really cool, right, to see maybe like a new feature. Like I would love to see an additional buddy quest. I know that once upon a time in the Discord there was a discussion with the developers about the fact that originally they had a lot of different things as far as interaction. It was supposed to be this social kind of game. The game has a very cool community. Those of you who are here understand what I'm talking about. And there were supposed to be more forms of buddy quest, but the game, as anything that was truly born from the pandemic, they had to come up with something that was acceptable to do, you know, as a team, but also socially distanced, and that's why everyone's unique location is based on their own HQ. It's brilliant. You can be buddies with anybody and complete it anywhere, and it doesn't require you to come together. But I would like to see a new collaborative feature. I hope that there's some announcements that are just complete surprises. Because I know that the biggest thing that obviously we're all waiting for and that everyone's, you know, kind of most anxious for, at least I am, is the auction house. So that's a big one. But it would be cool if they sprinkled in some extra stuff during the anniversary that we've never seen. That would make it more fun. Because the anniversary event's got to be bigger than everything else that's been done before it. It's kind of a huge milestone in the game. And yeah, wow, it's been around almost a year. And I didn't play right from the beginning because, as I've mentioned before, I'm an iOS guy, so I didn't get in at the very inception when Android was popping off for a couple months first, and then iOS got to join later. But I've been playing the game since the very beginning that it was available on iOS, so it's almost coming up on a year. It just seems kind of wild. It's been cool. It's been fun. You want to feel like you earned it. Exactly. And I mean, I have a ton of resources. But I just think that, you know, the fact that it's legendary, maybe there's even like, oh, now you got to find X, Y, and Z from the marketplace. Do you get leaderboard points if you print from a blueprint you purchased in the auction house? I would only assume that you do. Anybody gets leaderboard points the first time they print something, regardless of how they obtain the blueprint or the resources, as far as I'm concerned. It would make no sense to me to have it be any other way. Whether you got them by playing or you bought them through the marketplace, as soon as you print it, but only for your first time, leaderboard points. I couldn't see it any other way. Extremely resource intensive to print them out. Exactly, yeah, that's why you said 4. For sure. I mean, epic ones, like the resources alone, I can't wait to see like an actual real life example of what a fully printed Cubie sells for versus its counterpart broken down into pieces, right? So like you could see after a while if, you know, a Ethereum blueprint sold and whatever its corresponding chunks of resources are with it and the total keys versus one that sold that was just the Cubie. I think you guys understand what I'm saying, obviously. I wonder if there will be any like historical record of sales. It's on the blockchain, bro. It's all on the blockchain. Rare the Cubie blueprint prices just went up in my mind. I mean, honestly, like I'm thinking, I think what I might do is, so I bought the Pirate Cubie for 2 reds, but then it also cost 10,000 blue paint, 8,000 red paint, and 4,000 purple paint, and 5,000 resin, right? So I think I'm gonna throw the Pirate Cubie up for 2 red, because I mean that's what I bought it for. But then you figure, okay, so if you're selling it, say it's worth 1, or say it's half because it's already printed and you don't get the points. I mean, I don't know if that's makes sense, but then I'm just saying, the point being, all those other resources, that's got to be like another red key, I would imagine. You know what I mean? As a package, it's worth 2. We'll see. If nobody bids 2, then I still own it, and I lost the seller's fee for placing the bid. I lose $1. I lose a green key. Who's sandbagging and wants to buy an OG blueprint? I mean, if you want to get rid of those, there's gonna come a time when you can demand a pretty penny for it. And you know, OG blueprint or even the OG Cubie, as far as I'm concerned, either one's going to be just as valuable. People are just going to want it. You know, I think that more people are going to want it as something that they can equip and have versus something that they covet. I think that part of the fun of the game is like all of the different features and like to use them and activate the cubies that you have. I mean, if you're saving them to print at some point because that's your move and that's how you're going to get on the leaderboards, then that's cool. I think there might be less and less of that once we get more and more leaderboards. Can't wait to see the city leaderboards that I exclusively announced that one fateful day on a Twitch stream. Hopefully I'll get some insider info that I can dole out on a stream coming soon, but probably not. I don't think they want me to steal any of their thunder on the heels of this anniversary coming up and all the announcements that are going to be forthcoming in the Hunter's Lodge. So probably lots of good stuff coming, but I gotta wait to find out, just like the rest of y'all. So if you want to go at the homie's neck, you gotta pay. Yeah, if you're gonna equip somebody with a epic blueprint, yeah, man, you might want to hold on to that for yourself. You know, keep it for a while. Let it appreciate. Let it grow in value before you unload it. I think I'm out. So anyhow, today's sponsor is Coin Hunt. No, is Perrier. It's Perrier Peach. I just wanted to mention to anybody, if you haven't had the peach flavored Perrier, these are so good. If you just like a little bit of a subtle fruity flavor in your water, highly recommend these. Kind of got into the bubbly water when I was living abroad. Never used to be a big fan, but now it's very refreshing. I do enjoy a crisp, cold, bubbly water. Insert brand here, bubbly water. Oh, that's actually, there is a boobly water. I think we call it boobly. It might be bubbly, but those are good too. Those are like a fizzy water with flavors. There's one boobly, bubbly. I don't know actually how you say it. We say boobly to be funny. There is one. What is it? Somebody help me. It's got caffeine, but it's good. It's like just a little bit of caffeine, like half a cup of coffee. But that's kind of cool if you need a little pick me up in the morning and you don't feel like brewing a cup. I know sometimes I don't want to drink coffee because it just makes your mouth into a not the most pleasant place sometimes. If you don't like brush your teeth immediately afterwards, coffee can kind of linger. But currently drinking a grapefruit Topo Chico. Yeah, that's funny. Bubbly Bounce, that's what it is. Thank you. Gotta watch out for that Bubbly Bounce. Bounce has the caffeine. That's what I'm talking about. But it's only 35 milligrams, which I think an average cup of coffee, I think, has 60. And I definitely, when I drink coffee, it's like a couple cups. So Bubbly Bounce is like a tiny bit. You'd have to drink like a 6-pack to worry about having too much caffeine. There's people that probably do that. I remember stories of people that drank too many power drinks, too many energy drinks in too short of a span, and they died because it was like way too much for their system. Crazy. People cray, yo. All right, so why not? One more time before we leave, I'm just going to throw on the credit roll again because it was fun. Because it's fun. It is fun to watch, don't you think? How do I keep losing it? Right there. Okay. Right there. Okay. The pirate captain's so cool. So I was talking about the other legs, about how their legs, I was talking the other day about how their legs like go up into their body, and when certain scenes fade out, you can see their legs. And it's so, the mechanics, so as they walk, it's like very, you know, it's like someone walking, but they're wearing like clothes. So obviously your legs, if you're wearing a shirt, your legs go up higher than that. But it's not as hilarious. But that looks great. They look so adorable walking around like this. I need to get a 3D render of the Bloc Boi. Oh, it would be so epic. So epic. One day, doing the Bloc Boi Cubie. It would be something else. I'll tell you that right now. So yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. If there's anything else that anyone wants to discuss before we close out, I'll probably start rambling for a minute and give you an opportunity to jump in. But otherwise, I'm going to draw this to a close in the next few minutes. So, as always, I'd just like to thank everybody who came. 2 new subscribers today. Those Prime subs, very cool. I always appreciate when people use their Prime subscriptions to subscribe to my channel. That's dope. Super excited about that. And then I'll check the podcast out for sure. I would like to jump on there. Princess Hyena, thank you so much for joining. She said, "Best everyone. Happy hunting. Happy hunting indeed. As the dip is still among us, go out there and get those heavy vaults while you can." I know that there was like 320 plus Satoshis the last few days. That's crazy. That's going to be awesome when you look back on it months down the road when we're getting, when Bitcoin's back up to 50K or higher and Satoshis are 200 or lower. And you're going to be like, man, I remember when I was getting, 50% or more for my vault. In those days, I wish I had gotten more, then. I know I felt that way in the past when I was like, oh man, because Bitcoin was so much less when you started playing. You're like, oh, if I just would have opened more vaults back then. But good times. So anyhow, thank you so much, everybody, for coming. And I'll see you next time. And until then, keep stacking stats. Bloc Boi out.